Live. We are now live on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. What's going on, guys? Welcome in to yet another video. This is going to be Wednesday, 2018, going into fourth quarter. And guys, we have a very special guest. We have a lot of nuggets that are going to be flying, a lot of stuff for fourth quarter, which is right around the corner. See what I did there, guys?
I like that.
So let me say hello to some people in chat, and then we'll get started here. I promise you're going to want to watch this video. Out of a lot of interviews, this one's going to help you guys a lot. So we got Beth. What's going on? Adam, he's always in my chat. He's always in everybody's chat, and he's got a YouTube channel, guys. Adam's amazing. Rosie, what's going on? June, what is going on? Gina, what is going on? Sir Thrifts, I saw you last night. I saw you. I can't remember what chat it was, but I saw you. Linda, what is going on? World 2018, what is going on? All right, so Hollywood's in the house. Welcome in. So, guys, I try to bring you amazing people, and I try to deliver. And every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I hope I deliver amazing people to you, and I think I do. Tonight is no different. We have a really cool guest. We're going to find out what makes him tick, what makes him resell. And this is somebody that I've been following for about a year and a half now, and I've been wanting to get him on the channel, and we got him finally on. So I'm going to pass the mic over to my man, let him introduce himself so we can get started right now.
What is up, guys? Wade, that was the introduction of introductions, my man. Thank you so much. Pumped to meet you guys. My name is Mike Busby on Instagram, going as Unique Resells. First off, I want to thank Wade for just providing great content. This man is the definition of consistency, just keeps on smacking with the value. So thank you, Wade, for having the channel, and I'm ready to drop some nuggets for you guys today.
That is the whole point. We love our nuggets, guys, whether they're actual nuggets like Frenchie had on the channel or they're...
I seen that. That was funny.
I know. Dude, I was not ready. I was not ready for that. Like I was like, okay. And she even got it right. She got the sweet and sour sauce. And we all know you need the sweet and sour sauce with your nuggets.
What are you? Are you a McDonald's guy or more of like a Chick-fil-A guy?
Oh, dude, I didn't have Chick-fil-A for a while, so I was really deprived. And then they just built one about a year ago, actually.
Oh.
Maybe less. And now the line's out the door. I can tell you, if you eat Chick-fil-A, like you bite into it, and it's like, I don't know how they keep them so moist and just delicious. It's incredible. Linda said, you're doing a great job, guys. So we all know the drill. Let's get into this. I'm going to put in his YouTube channel. He just did a video 13 hours ago that shows you guys how to ship shoes. And I think it's really amazing because when I first started, I didn't do it this way, and I spent a lot of money. And so I'm going to constantly be putting his YouTube channel in chat. You guys know the drill. And once you subscribe, please let me know what number you are so I can shout you out. I'm trying to get better at that. So there's his YouTube channel in chat. I'll be constantly doing it. And then down below is his Instagram. I love stalking Mike in his Instagram. So click the link, and you guys can go there as well. And then the last thing, guys, for everybody that's in chat, if you've got a YouTube channel, if you've got a Poshmark name, if you've got an eBay name, if you got anything that you want to promote that's reselling related, I am 100% on board with you putting it in live chat so you can get people to subscribe to you. So without further ado, I'm curious. So get me started, Mike. Like, where do you live? Are you full-time, part-time? Give us the skinny on you, my man.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. So what's up, guys? I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. Yes, people do live out here. I've been reselling now for about going on a year and a half, 2 years. I am a direct product of the Gary V 2017 Flip Challenge. Literally never flipped anything a day in my life until I found that guy's video on my favorite show called The Breakfast Club. And I watched Gary V. You guys seen him, super passionate, just talking about, you know, get your butt up there and go outside and make some money. So that's how I got into reselling. I started flipping stuff in my house, clothes, shoes, and that kind of evolved into going to garage sales, thrifts, Goodwills, and pawn shops that are huge in Vegas. And I didn't really know what I was doing at first, like a lot of people, but I watched a ton of YouTube videos, like I mean a ton. And Steve Rakin was my guy, actually. I looked at his videos a lot of Rakin Profit videos, and he showed me like how, what to look for. A bona fide hustler too. He was awesome, and I just like study those videos like it was like a religion, like a Bible. And I ended up like joining a couple of Facebook groups. Steve Rakin's one too. I met some cool resellers because before that had zero resale friends, knew zero people who resold. So I met some great people from that. A couple months later, had Q4, learned a lot. So I'm happy to share with you guys some of the mistakes I made from my Q4s. So you guys don't have to make them. So we'll hop into that later. But yeah, reselling for about a year and a half now. I am a full-time reseller. I quit my job about maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. Just gave it a shot, jumped in, sink or swim mentality, and so far so good. It's been fun.
That was a lot right there. Did you guys get that? So it was so funny because I saw your video that you did with Tanya Thrifty Treasures. How you
Yeah, love Tanya.
I mean, it's incredible. Like, okay, let me shout out some people real quick, and then we'll get into this because
Go
we
for it.
got
Go
a
for
lot
it.
of people subscribing to your YouTube channel right now. So
Appreciate.
Rosie 322. There's always something weird about the whole subscription thing. But we have Beth 322, so probably one of you guys are off by one. Hollywood 321. We have Miss Miller 325, Gina 325. Oh yeah, there's something weird. But anyways, Moonlights 327. Guys, this man is going to create some cool content, and you're going to want to stay tuned. I love people that create content because they swim, so they put out some good stuff. Just got a message. Let's see here. No, I'm joking. We don't need messages. We need sales, right, guys? So, all right. So, by the way, did you just recently go to a conference? Was it the 10X conference?
I did. 10X Growth Con that was at the Mandalay Bay, and it's crazy how big like entrepreneurship has gotten recently, Wade. Like Ty Lopez, Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, they're like superstars. It's like they're like rock stars in our community. So yeah, I went to 10X Con. I met like Grant Cardone and Ty Lopez, and they were just amazing. So to be around like those crazy entrepreneurs you see on YouTube was like mind blowing. But the best part was just connecting with other like-minded people and meeting folks who are doing like 10K, 20K, making all this crazy money and are just passionate about what they're doing was amazing. So if you've never gone to a conference, 10X Growth Con was a gym, a great one. I would highly recommend.
What did you take away from that conference real quick? I'm curious.
The biggest thing I got from that conference. Honestly, I mean, it sounds cliche because everyone says this, but it's like the networking, honestly. And I know people always talk about that stuff, but I mean, I have like a kind of a intermediate circle of other entrepreneurs, but going to that conference definitely expanded my circle, exchanging Instagrams and meeting people and meeting folks who don't do resell, who do other things, other businesses and whatever, different parts of like e-com. So just probably meeting people was the biggest part.
It's I think the one cool thing about conferences is you actually you meet people that are already successful, right? And they're already good at what they do, and it builds confidence in yourself knowing, hey, I can do this too. And guys, take a look at this amazing Instagram here of Mike. Like literally, he's got stacks and stacks and stacks of shoes, my man. You're crushing it over there. Guys, I'll put his link down below. Like I said, I would love to swim in all those shoes you've got over there.
Beautiful. Yes. We can all go swimming together.
So, okay, so exciting stuff. Not only is Vegas exciting, but now you're a full-time reseller in Vegas. I don't know how you stay out of trouble, but tell me a little bit about what does the family and friends think of you full-time reselling? Like when you left your job, what does mom or dad or brother and sister or somebody in your immediate family think of you going full-time?
Wait, that's an amazing question. And I think it's like something that a lot of people kind of struggle with. But honestly, my friends didn't really care, honestly. Like I thought in my head it'd be this big deal. They would be like, Mike, what are you doing? You're ruining your life, but nobody cared. And people can get into their head sometimes and really create a situation that's not reality. But for me, it was fine. And for my family, mom was super supportive of me. she's been following my journey since day one. Like the first day I watched that Gary Vaynerchuk video is when I told her about reselling. So I kind of like gradually got her into what I'm going to be doing in the future. So she was very supportive. You know, she was just really big on health insurance. When I quit, she was just like, make sure you have health insurance. I don't want anything to happen to you. So she helped me with that whole process. But she's been very, very supportive, 100%. Everyone has really.
That's amazing. It can go either way. I'm curious. Anybody in chat in Vegas right now? Anybody in chat live in Vegas? Let me know. It's one of my favorite places on earth to go. Really. So mom is supportive. Does she ever give you things to resell by chance?
She doesn't. She doesn't. So I'm actually originally from Maryland. I'm not from Vegas. So I moved here like 2 years ago, but she doesn't give me anything to resell, but she's really interested in my journey. I read a lot of like books about entrepreneurism. So she gives me a lot of books to read for the most part. She gave me a book called Untethered Soul recently. And that kind of talked about kind of getting out of your own head and how to be a better you and self-development, stuff like that. But nothing she has given me to resell so far.
Did you see, I was on Facebook, I think, or maybe it was Instagram. I saw Gary Vee. He was stuck in an elevator, like literally, no joke. This was not like a stage thing or anything like that. He was stuck in an elevator. The elevator wouldn't work with like two other random people. And it was at least 5 or 10 minutes he was stuck in there. In fact, he did a live show in the elevator. I think that's maybe where I found it. But
no way.
Wouldn't it be amazing to get stuck in an elevator with that guy? Like if you have anything issues like up here, he would rewind you and send you off on your way, and you'd feel like a new person in 10 minutes.
Oh, definitely, 100%. Gary Vee's the man. Get him on the Instagram, then get him on, likes, get him a tag in there. That'd be a gem. Lots of gems to be spread.
All right, so I want to get in the meat potatoes here. I know that we're going into fourth quarter, and a lot of people have just like eBay Open, people that were new to eBay Opening, including myself this year in Vegas, by the way. And people were, had their own perceptions of what is fourth quarter like. How can I make a lot of money within fourth quarter? How can I get a piece of that pie, right? And you've done it kind of new, and now you're doing it for your second year as a full-time reseller. So dig into this, man. Give us what are you doing to prepare for this amazing time of the year?
For sure. I'm curious, Wade. I mean, how many of your followers is this their first Q4 this year? I don't know if they put in the chat like first time or veteran or whatever like that, but I'm kind of curious if this is their first Q4.
God, seriously, man. We need to have you on more often. I can just sit back, guys. How amazing is this? I love doing interviews and just sitting back and just. We have an amazing guest, guys. So put in chat number 1. If this is your first fourth quarter, and number 2 is is this your have you done fourth quarters before in the reselling game? So 1 if you haven't, 2 if you have. Put it in chat right now, real quick. I'm really curious.
Me too.
And then we have Wade. Do you have a Facebook? I should be on Facebook. Hugo put 1.5, Mike.
Half foot in, half foot out. It's okay, Hugo. I like that.
So far, we only have 1. I don't know if you're seeing chat, but there's a lot of 2s. So a lot of people have done fourth quarter.
Okay. 1
on eBay, and I'm in Vegas too. Rosie? All right.
Rosie, what's good? Southwest in the building.
I love finding out where people live because it's so fascinating to me. And not only that, but different parts of the states, you get kind of different stuff. You can thrift for different stuff. It's just incredible. But there's a lot of 2s in here. A lot of people have done fourth quarter, a few that haven't.
Okay. We'll make it work.
But yeah. Oh, Crystal. Okay. Guys, by the way, I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with names. I'm a visual learner, just so you guys know. So horrible with names. All right. So what do we got here, Mike? What do we got?
Let's go. So I don't know how well you guys can see this, but we got an elite 8 of tips for you guys for crushing this Q4. So last year was my first Q4, and I'm not gonna lie, I made some mistakes, whether it was with my capital, going after certain items, whatever. I guess let me preface that by saying I sell on eBay and Amazon. So a lot of my tips may be toward Amazon sellers, but I think they can be kind of interchangeable to eBay as well. But I mean, first off, I mean, way maybe you can hop in this too was budgeting your capital. Like to me, money's crazy during Q4. There's deals left and right. There's sales going forever, and if you don't have a plan for how you're going to spend your money, it can be like a disaster. So one of my personal issues for Q4 last year was I was kind of heavy on credit cards, to be very honest with you. My game plan was, of course, to pay it off at the end of 30 days, but there were so many deals happening Black Friday coming into December that I was just swiping, swiping, and swiping, but never really had like a legit plan on how much I was going to spend. Problematic, obviously, as I learned that now. But if it's your first Q4, if you've gone to before, definitely I think like budgeting your capital is huge. Like you're going to say, I'm going to spend 5K, I'm going to spend 10K. Stick to that number. Definitely minimize credit cards. My personal, what I personally would say, and just go off of like just cash you have in the bank. But definitely budgeting capital is huge for your first Q4. Don't spend too much money. You'll be upset.
By the way, I can't echo that enough. Like, here's the problem I see. Like, whether you're full time or part time, it is so easy to swipe a card, and then what happens is one of the things that business owners have the problems with business a lot of times is cash flow, and you've got to put out a bunch of money. You've got to buy a bunch of inventory, right? That you're then going to resell. But the problem is if you can't turn that inventory over quick enough, you still need to buy some more inventory and continue to grow. But you get constraint with the amount of money that you have and the amount of money you have in inventory that's unsold. So, and not only that too, like it's so tempting, Mike, to buy a better clearance for the remainder of the year, right? For the next year, following year.
Mhm.
And you can definitely, I can see myself going Q1, Q2, having my credit cards maxed, but sitting on a ton of inventory, right?
Yep. I've been there. It's not fun at all there. But like I said, if you stick to a plan, you know, you should be good. Just have a strategy in place. And I'm sure Wade can help you out if you have any questions regarding like capital, how you should budget your money or anything like that. But yeah, definitely kind of going that. Number two, I think this is a big one that Wade can probably agree with as well. And it's for Q4, joining groups. Definitely do not tackle Q4 by yourself. Kind of made a mistake last year, but even though with reselling, it can kind of feel like it's just like a one-on-one type of game. This should be a team game. Whether you're exchanging bolos or helping friends out, then and definitely get with other people to make your Q4 a little easier. There's a ton of Facebook groups out there. I'm sure Wade knows a couple of them as well that you can join right now. Some are free, some are paid, but the paid ones will give you the most value, definitely. But go into groups, offer as much value as you can. And like I said, exchanging bolos. I know sometimes in the resale community, we find a good item, it's ours, it's mine, I don't want to tell anyone about this. No, that's the wrong mentality. Share stuff with people in small groups, of course, not in like the big Facebook groups, but you know, find 3, 4, 5 close friends or people you trust and you know, get a little bolo list going, share stuff with people because you know you can win so much more when you have other people around you for sure.
God, dude, I cannot tell you how amazing that tip is. Like, let me elaborate as well. Like, here's the thing. So, I think that it's so smart. We live in a day and age where literally I can pick up my phone and contact Mike in Vegas. Like, how amazing is that, right? So, if he's in Target, which I know that you picked up a lot of video games last year, I saw those
Ridiculous.
stacks. Uh, so, if he knows of a future sale at Target, there's really no competition if he picks up all those and he lets me know and I'm in Oregon, right? There's no way he's going to fly to Oregon to get that same deal. So the small groups are very smart. If you can create small groups, especially for Amazon, you can create those small groups and exchange when these different deals are happening. And last year, there was a lot of people out there that actually are really smart with this, and they'll actually have you have it where they pay you pay them a little bit of money, but then they'll flood you with the deals that are happening in these different big box stores for Black Friday. So that's just a tip, guys. Find that little niche of a group, and then kind of capitalize on that. Mike, you can shamelessly promote anything on this channel. So do you have any Facebook groups that you recommend?
I'll be to be 100 with you. The green room was huge for me. The green room is Steve Rakin's group, who I mentioned earlier, I first got into reselling with. Yeah, the green room was big. It's about a good 8,000 members, I think. And in that group, that's where I found guys who are doing like 7, 8 figures. So there's legit sellers in that group, but the green room helped me out personally for sure.
And that is done by um, Steve Rakin and Bonafide Hustler, right?
Yeah, Bonafide. I forgot the guy's name, but yeah, those two mainly.
God, Bonafide is like he's earned his name, right? Like he's on it. I don't know.
That's a monster.
That guy, if you'll probably never watch this Bonafide, but you are a monster, man. You are fit. I wish I was only a quarter of fit as you are. So, okay, so that's an amazing tip, guys. Find that little click. I can tell you that one mistake I made last year was I didn't have that little click, and I felt like when Black Friday came around, I was like a chicken with his head cut off. I was like, okay, I go here, but like there's so much chaos and people, and sometimes when you have that little click, you can really mark down where these sales are at, hit them, and move on. So good, amazing tip.
For sure. Yeah, definitely share as much as you can. Number 3, I seen Way the other day, picked up from the dollar store. Those what are those Way? Those like dog leashes? What are those things?
Dude, I don't even know if I still have a scan. It's crazy. So I went in there. I'm not too proud to say that I shop at the dollar store to save money, right? Like
That's fine, brother.
I went in there and I saw those things and I was like, okay. And so I scanned them. Let me see. I don't know if I still have it. I'd have to run and get one. Nah, I'll run and get one when you're talking here. But they're $1. I went ahead and bought a lot of them. And those people that don't know, you can go to dollartree.com and purchase a lot of this stuff and have it shipped to your house and do it a little bit in bulk too. So if you don't want to get out of your comfort's home, you can go to dollartree.com, find different items and do retail arbitrage right from your computer and find out if you can sell on Amazon. A little tip. A lot of people don't know that. And then anyways, though, yes, I picked up a lot of these dog wash ring things that do 360 washing your dog for $1. And they sell on Amazon for $20.50 after fees. It's $10.81 would be the profit. Of course, that can change, but that's where it's at.
Well, like that's a huge niche right there. So that's something that not a lot of folks will probably find. So at least my third point are the riches are in the niches for Q4. I know everyone goes for like toys, electronics, the big stuff, but as you found with Wade, everything sells during Christmas. Everything, whether it is lawn and garden, it is health and beauty, arts and crafts, chocolate does very well during Q4 on Amazon. Chocolate's a big one for sure. A lot of stuff does well. So just don't limit yourself to just toys and electronics. Some little gems I can provide for you guys, at least for Amazon, if you're doing retail arbitrage is, Target and Walmart are cool, of course, but get outside of that. Look at like a Michael's, look at like a Bed Bath and Beyond, look at stores that like your average reseller probably wouldn't think to go. If you have local stores in your area, such as like a mom and pop store in Vegas, there's a lot of places called Fry's Electronics, which you can only find on the West Coast here. Look for places that are regional or specific to your area to kind of diminish the competition. This year for Q4, then I'm looking in places you wouldn't even think, honestly. It's just off the grid, to be honest with you. So, like I said, everything sells during Q4, not just toys and electronics.
And I think too, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but having that little niche of a group kind of like diversifies what you're looking for too, because you learn different things from the 4 or 5 people that you're communicating with, right?
Absolutely. And as another tip too for you guys is like online arbitrage is of course big for Q4 too. Recently I picked up something called like tactical arbitrage. I'm sure some of you guys might have heard of it. And I've been using it for like maybe 3.5 months now, and it's solid. It's definitely a product that is worth the investment 100%. So if whatever reasons you aren't capable of driving from store to store to store, for whatever reasons, look into like OA, look at the different websites and the program Tactical Arbitrage will find you matches based off your preferences. I started using it and it's something I definitely recommend for sure. Do you use any software, Wade? I'm curious.
So Side Hustle Pros actually got me onto that.
Oh yeah, UCA is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, dude. And he lives like 30 minutes away from me. I should just knock on his door one day and be like, "Hey, I'm here for dinner," you know, like.
Tell me all your bolos.
yeah, yeah. It's funny when I have him live with me because he's been live twice on this show. I'm like, I always ask the same question just to see what he says. I'm like, "Hey," because he's in the same state, like 30 minutes from me. I'm like, "Hey," and there was 6 people on, right? Just keep that in mind. And I was like, "Hey, where do you guys thrift at?" Uh, thinking that, hey, maybe he'll tell me his honey holes in Oregon since I'm in Oregon. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. Flipping, my gosh, man, I'm telling you, Mike, he has the record on my YouTube channel for super chats. And if I can cook anybody a Thanksgiving dinner with all the toppings and everything, it would be Flipping. I invite his whole family over here. He deserves it.
Nice.
And
That's
I don't know, crazy. If you ever go to Vegas,
I was
me,
about to say that. Come on. For the club, we'll have fun. We'll source. It'll be a great day. Let's do it.
yes, and I will buy you dinner, a buffet Flipping. You hold the record. I have it written down, so I will make sure.
Oh,
Video. If you ever need anything, you reach out to me, my man. So, all right.
you're the man. Okay, you're the man. Any buffet dinner. We're going to win the Bellagio. We're going high end. All right, let's do it.
Hey, he's been so super supportive. It was funny. I messaged him. I don't know if I said on the last live show. I can't remember, but I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, is there anything you need from me?" Because I know a lot of people super chat because they want shout outs and they want to grow their following. And I'm completely fine with that. Like if you want and you need my support, reach out to me. Like it's simple as that. Like I'm one of those people that like just tell me what you need and I'll be there for you. And he basically said that, hey, he likes supporting the whole reseller community. And I thought it was just amazing. Real quick, you were talking about Rakin and Bonafide. I don't know if I had the pleasure of shaking and also doing some videos with Mr. Rakin Profit. He just did $5. I appreciate you. We gave a shout out to the green room earlier. You have a green room, amazing person here live, Rakin. So good Facebook group and or program to join, guys. If you're trying to get in the game, the green room with Mr. Rakin, who's pretty fit, but then you got Bonafide, who could be a bodybuilder, right?
He's a monster.
All right, what's your next tip?
All right, let's go. Let's go. First of all, sorry if the lighting's kind of bad here, guys. I didn't realize it would get so dark in here, but we'll make it work. Make it work. Next tip is data, right? Data. So with Amazon, of course, you have things like Keepa, Camel. And for the veteran resellers, you guys know there are going to be price hikes that come close to Q4. An item might be stable all year round, but come October, November, December, it's going to skyrocket up. And with programs like Keepa or Camel, you can kind of see when that price hike is going to happen. So for me, a lot of stuff has been in video games, right? A little tidbit for you guys is like retro video games. For a lot of the year, they'll stay at the same price then, but you'll see some of those evergreen games like Mario Party, Zelda, whatever, will definitely go up 10, 20, 30, probably 10, 15 bucks probably come Q4. So if you have the program, look at Keepa or Camel, all totally free for you guys. If you're selling on Amazon, and look to see when an item might go through a price hike, because it may be stable right now, but in 2 months, boom, it's going to shoot right up. So definitely use software to help you with your Q4.
Dude, we are in that age right now where, like I said, I can reach out to you via an app all across the way here from Oregon. So we're at that. We're living at a good time, Mike. Like literally, if we can pick any time to live, of course I'd like to go back like the 1600s and go back and be like Einstein, right? Like I know we're gonna have cars and computers, guys. Like but we live in a great time. So I think it's so cool to utilize the software that you have to put you over the learning curve or make things quicker for you. Miss Miller, $12. Appreciate you. You didn't type anything in the message bar, but if you need anything, let me know. I really appreciate the supports. You are amazing. Thank you so much. And Mike, we do have Tanya in chat. We did talk a little bit about Tanya, right?
Tanya, what's going on?
She was on my channel. We talked jewelry, and I was like trying to this is as much jewelry as I have.
Bling bling.
But I also have the ring here, but that's about it. Tanya is pretty amazing with jewelry, guys. Make sure you follow her. But Mike, can you tell me, this is one of my questions because I think it benefits a lot of people. Can you tell me, is there any apps that you use to help budget and or websites that you use to help you resell? Can you, I know you went through a bunch of them. Can you just quickly like go through them and give like a 10-second overview on each one?
For sure, for sure. All right, so I am not a numbers guy at all. Like details are my worst friend. I hate them. So I actually use GoDaddy for my bookkeeping. GoDaddy's kind of, I guess it's like connected to your credit card, so you don't necessarily need to input every sale that you make. GoDaddy recognizes that you paid X amount at Target, you spend this much, and it will track everything for you. So come tax time, my taxes were a breeze this year because I literally just had to go to a part of GoDaddy, press like a button, give that to my accountant or my CPA, boom, finished. So GoDaddy bookkeeping solid. It's like $8 a month, I think. So definitely worth the investment. What else do I use for my software? I do some wholesale. So there's a program called a Price Checker too. So if any of you guys do wholesale, you've seen those humongous spreadsheets that you get. Like they are ridiculous. Thousand and thousand and thousand items. And for you to, click on a UPC, type into Amazon, you'll be doing that for like months probably. So Price Checker 2 is a program that pretty much goes through the Excel spreadsheet and tells you what's profitable. So you just put like what ROI you're looking for, what your margins, and they'll tell you exactly how much. I'll tell you what's profitable off the spreadsheet, if that makes sense. That's like $60 a month. So if you're doing some pretty good numbers, that'll pay for itself in no time. And I use Inventory Lab as well on Amazon. Inventory Lab is definitely a clutch software just because it tracks on. It's similar to kind of GoDaddy, but it's a little more in detail in terms of like tracking your items and your ROI and stuff. So that's crucial for me to make shipments. That's my main stuff. What about you, Wade? What do you use?
Dude, you named off some good ones. I think GoDaddy is a must-have.
Yeah, you have GoDaddy.
Rickon said, have an amazing night, everyone. So much love in chat. Appreciate it, my man. There's no better chat than the Wade's Ventures chat. We all know that, right?
Absolutely.
Mike, did you go to college?
I did.
And you're just one sharp guy. Like seriously, I can tell that you're gonna be. If you guys notice, the title of this video is eBay and Amazon success story. I think that's you. I made that title up, by the way, guys. I've been following this guy when he was part-time and now he's full-time. I feel like you're just, man. And I love the Instagram thing. Let's see. What did you put on Instagram? Okay. So basically you partnered up with somebody on Amazon and you guys have a partnership with the Nike shoes.
Yes.
Dude.
It's a crazy story. I'll tell you that one later for sure.
Yes. So I think that's amazing. The networking is really cool. So, all right. So what is the next on the list?
Next on the list, we kind of got into video games a little bit. If you guys like video games, let me know. So I'll be honest with you guys. I made a lot of money off video games last Q4. It was ridiculous. So if that is something you guys want to pursue, there are a lot of hot titles coming out this Christmas. You got Call of Duty Black Ops 4. You have the new Smash Bros. Coming out for the Wii. You got the new Mario Party coming out for, sorry, I just said the Wii. I mean the Switch. You got Mario Party coming out for the Switch. So a lot of hot games are coming out this Christmas. And for Amazon, the majority of them, Amazon will not be able to keep them in stock. So the game that you could buy that retails for $60, you get it on sale at Target or whatever for $30. You can ship those games in, and when Amazon runs out of stock on those games, boom, you get the full price for them every single time. There's not a lot of sure things in Q4, but from what I've seen and talked to friends about, video games are like the surest thing you could probably go with because Amazon has historically not been able to keep hold or keep a good quantity of video games in stock for like the really high quality titles. And I think that the biggest game that's going to be coming out personally is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So that's a little gem for you guys that I can almost guarantee Amazon would not be able to keep that one in stock. So, if you want to hit your Walmarts, your GameStops, Walmart's good because they don't have a quantity of games. You can really buy like 100 and they won't say anything about it. They don't care at all. GameStop's kind of like that too. Target has a minimum of 3 games, unfortunately, but the GameStops and the Walmarts, you like clear them out, no question about it. So definitely for video games, if you want to kind of go for a high demand but high competition market, they're going to be definitely solid this Q4, 100%.
So you're, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're like buy the games now, a little bit discounted, and then bundle them up and get ready for Q4.
Out of the way. So the good games haven't come out just yet. Then they'll be coming out in the next couple months. Then October and November. Nothing big has dropped so far, but when they do come out, you'll probably have to wait a couple of weeks for that big sale to hit. You'll see it happen pretty quick. But once that sale hits and you'll see everything chopped in half, I would recommend going all in on those. You almost can't lose. But wait for them to drop, wait for the sale, boom, go in. Black Friday, perfect, kill it.
Guys, Black Friday, this is why I was so like, for me, like last year, I was like, Black Friday, I'm gonna buy all this stuff, right? And then I felt like I was like really like, I just didn't have I didn't have a game plan Black Friday. I thought I did, but I had no game plan for Black Friday. It was awful. So hopefully this year, I'll be a little bit more prepared to buy stuff and get ready with Black Friday.
100%. Don't worry, Wade. I thought you were gonna kill it this Q4, man. Mr. 8 figures over here.
hey, it's that's the thing. If I make it, I'm gonna have to go to Vegas, man. I'm gonna have to go to Vegas.
I got you, man. Let's play some roulette. Put it all in black. See what happens. You know.
Hey, I've already got a game for you peeps tonight. It's not a very professional of me to tell you guys sports gambling, but if you guys do, Houston and New York Giants game total over 42, guaranteed winner. I'm actually gonna message Katie and have her so little nugget, guys. But if you lose your money, full disclosure, I'm not an expert, but all right, Mike, what's the next one on the list?
All right, guys, we'll try to go through them kind of quick here. A couple of them. Well, number 6 would be watch out for your IP claims and restrictions. If you're selling on Amazon, as you probably know, it is a, let's say, challenging time to do RA at this point. Brands are definitely taking control of their brands, of their items. So what seems like a good item and might be very profitable, you never know. You send it in and boom, you're getting an email a couple of weeks saying, take this down immediately or else. This kind of goes back to joining groups. I always recommend before you go really deep on an item, checking with different Facebook groups. Has anyone got suspended for this item then? Has anyone, been banned for selling this item? Because I've happened to me a couple times where I've seen a really good item, especially like a couple toys that was like the margins were too good to be true, but it's because every time a seller got on, the brand would just knock them off. So if anything you're selling on Amazon, definitely look out for like any brand restrictions. Even if you are ungated in a brand, it could happen just like that. So talk to other Amazon sellers and Facebook groups and see if anyone has had any issues on an item that might be too good to be true, because no one wants their account suspended during Q4. That would be the absolute worst, maybe even for eBay too. So definitely look out for certain brands.
That's smart. And brands, it's really easy. Well, not necessarily easy, but what happens is you get a brands and then they have a process to send to Amazon to see if they can get people gated, so they can't sell their brand basically. So if you're a brand and you sell like like a little space heaters and you're a well-known brand, you just send in, I don't know what the exact process is, but they do something through Amazon. And then that way people are gated within that brand. So it's Amazon's not forgiving like eBay.
They're not. I've heard some horror stories. I'm sure you have too. Of regular sellers just like us wake up one morning, boom, your account's gone. So definitely play it on the safe side. In RA, it's a challenging time, but it's okay. There's still money in RA for sure. Number 7. Honestly, guys, it's like my biggest one. It's probably the biggest takeaway. And stick to your plan, essentially. And when I say that, ignore other sellers' numbers on Instagram. That happened to me last year where I saw people doing like 20K, 30K in like a day or like a month. And I'm like, oh man, I'm not doing this right. Like, why are my numbers so low compared to theirs? So it got to this huge, like me comparing my numbers to theirs, and it was like a disaster. So stick to your plan. If you're planning just to spend 5K, 10K, whatever for Q4, that's fine. Don't worry about anyone's stuff but yours. It can be intimidating. I'm sure on Instagram, you'll probably see people posting huge pallets of stuff and FBA boxes for days, and you're gonna be like, wow, I need to step up. But if that can offer you any value, like I said, stick to your game plan. And when it comes to making a game plan for my last Q4, I didn't even know what a Q4 game plan even was, to be honest with you. So I had to like talk to other Facebook people in my Facebook group in that green room I mentioned earlier, and they kind of helped me create a game plan of how much I'm going to be spending, what my ROI is looking like, how many items I plan to buy per week, stuff like that. So if you guys need any help creating a game plan, I'm sure Wade would be more than happy to help out. I know he's a busy man. Or just talk to any one of these influencers who are resellers. You don't go out paying for gurus or anything like that. For the most part, anyone who's like a legit reseller would be more than happy to help you with the game plan for free. So stick to your plan. If you need help, reach out to people, and don't compare yourself to other folks on Instagram or Facebook. Just run your race.
Oh, amen. Hey, can we get some amen in chat, guys?
It's
amen.
the truth, man. It's the truth.
Amen. Miss Tanya, the wisdom of the reselling community, Miss Tanya, says comparison is the thief of joy. I think that is an amazing. I've never heard of that before. Gosh, she is smart. That's why I made her an admin too. Look, she's got the wrench and everything. The vegan flipper. Talk about an amazing guy. Just finished cleaning out my 4th storage unit of the day. Glad I got part of the video. Guys, I'm getting back into the storage unit game, so we're gonna have to do a little. Maybe we can do a little cool video together. Let me know. But yes, comparison's crazy. So real quick, when people post their numbers on Instagram, it's I don't think people do it to like boast. I think it's just for that, because remember, everybody's documenting their journey, so posting their numbers kind of gives them like a valid point of being successful. But the one thing you got to understand is people are in different situations at different times in their life. And so we're year one, year 2. I'm in year 1 full time. So maybe year 5 or 3 or 2 or something, I'll be able to be at that level. But at the end of the day, it's completely different scenarios. So you've got to understand kind of, I have 2 kids. If I didn't have kids, I'd be with Mike in Vegas rocking it.
Let's do it.
So guys, I think that's amazing. That's amazing. Number 7 is fantastic.
I got you, buddy. And even like piggyback off that, I mean, not to talk down anybody, but sometimes numbers aren't what they seem like. If you see someone's doing 10K, maybe he spent 9K to get there. So, don't always take it for face value. Just run your race. And last but not least, it's a simple one for you guys: supplies. Supplies are always crucial during Q4. I ran out last year in like early December, I think. So I was in Walmart back and forth grabbing boxes and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to predict how much you'll need for Q4. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it. So it's kind of like a weird game you'll have to play, but always better to be over prepared than under prepared. So definitely get your FBA boxes, your tape guns, your box cutters, whatever you'll need to make sure you'll kill it for Q4, because there's nothing worse than finishing the shipment, then running to Walmart to grab more stuff and just wasting time. So definitely keep your supplies on hand. And what about you, Wade? How do you do with your supplies? Like, are you like a month out? How do you do yours?
Mike, did you see my 3 videos ago? I was dressed as chicken ramen noodle and I was dumpster diving, and I got a bunch of supplies.
Did you?
Oh yeah, guys. If you look 3 videos ago, I was in a chicken ramen suit. It's loaded on YouTube, and I was dumpster diving. And by the way, the first time I do a dumpster diving video, I picked the day of then cleaning out the dumpsters. Like, what odds are that? But I did find this dumpster with a bunch of supplies. I took it and ran. It's so funny. My first like dumpster dive I've done, and I felt like, oh crap, I got to get this stuff quick. But like there was nobody around. I could have literally had lunch by the dumpster for an hour and stuff was fine. But it was incredible. A lot of people don't realize when I first started reselling, you go to USPS.com and you can, for priority, you can get all your supplies. So it doesn't cost you anything. I think that a lot of people last year I was seeing on Instagram, they didn't do it like in time. And then that's a really busy season, right, for shipping. And so they got backlogged. They never got their supplies. I saw people like borrowing supplies from other resellers in their area. So I can't go to Vegas and get supplies from Mike. So I've got to like literally like order supplies now and be ready. So I've got a bunch of shoe boxes that, some of my sandals and stuff fit in, and then the ones that you can modify. Which, by the way, Mike did an amazing video about 14 hours ago on how to ship shoe boxes. So that's a good one. But yeah, it's supplies is really important. You definitely don't want to run out. I think the one key thing with fourth quarter or any time of the year, but primarily the busiest time, is you have to I think it's crucial that you sit down and you write down what things you can cut out to make you more efficient during fourth quarter and first quarter, right? So, maybe a little less TV. Maybe you get all your supplies so you don't have to run out and get supplies. Like, get things closer to you, your workstation needs, right? Think of this as a business like an assembly line. Get your assembly line together so that way it can make it so much more easier for you during fourth quarter. That's just one of my tips. So, Mike, let me ask you a few questions, my man, and then we'll wrap things up. First question I want to ask you is, how has reselling changed your life?
Deep questions. I like that, Wade. How has reselling changed my life? So honestly, I quit my job about like 3 or 4 months ago, and like my whole life has pretty much just been, go to high school, go to college, work a 9 to 5 job. So kind of always kind of following that culture path that people will lay out for you. So this has been like my first 4 months where like I'm in control, where like I'm in charge of setting my schedule. I'm in charge of doing XYZ for my business, just living my life. So it's been an interesting journey of learning how to like manage myself, if that makes sense. Like what makes me tick, what motivates me, how can I stay consistent? So if anything, as crazy as it may sound, it's been like more of like a self-development journey, if anything. Like just being my own boss has been pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie, but just figuring out what makes me tick and how I can, just better myself every day. Only 4 months in, so I'm still learning, but I like it so far.
Guys, for those of you who don't know, Mike is very much single, ready to mingle in Vegas.
100%.
And the reason I bring that up is drinks are expensive. You need to make some money, my man.
You do. Had I had like a family like you do, would not have quit my job at all. Couldn't have done that.
So, do you remember the moment? Like, I want to know the exact moment you left your job. You probably put your 2 weeks in, but the exact moment that you walked out of that building and you no longer had a job. Like, do you remember that feeling?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it was definitely an experience because a lot of like my coworkers follow me on Instagram, so they seen like the resale stuff. But I don't think anyone thought it was like that serious to the point where I could quit my job. So there's a lot of people like looking at me as like, is he serious? Is he really about to quit his job to sell stuff on eBay and Amazon? I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to sell something on eBay and Amazon. That's the move. I'm down for this. Let's do it. So when I left, it wasn't really like any like turning back. It was just like, hey, if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'm a smart guy. I'll figure something out. But just kind of like a sink or swim mentality. And before quitting, I had read a book by Damon John called The Power of Broke. That's a guy on Shark Tank, if you guys have seen him. And in The Power of Broke, he just talked about putting your back against the wall, essentially. You'll get the most growth when you have no other options but to go up. So for me personally, I always kind of felt like at my job, I was safe. I was comfortable. I could just do a little bit here and I'll still be fine. So personally, I just kind of want to have that experience of just, I got no choice right now but to win. And it's been like that, I got to eat. So reselling's been my thing to kind of put food on the table and just kind of have me go through that experience. So that was my personal journey. And to answer your question, once I left, it's no looking back.
Oh my God, guys, this guy is amazing. Give him some love in chat. Let's give him some hearts in chat, guys. Let's give him some emojis in chat. This guy's amazing. I think that is really, really cool. I remember I actually did a video on my YouTube channel. People don't know this, but it was a 3-minute video, literally like 5 minutes after I quit my job. Nice. I wanted to remember that feeling. Like, I wanted to go back to that video if maybe I had a time in my life during this process that I was doubting myself, so I can go back to that video and kind of remind me what the emotion was at that time. And so that's why I did the video. It's a way back. I think the title of it is "Quit My Corporate Job of 9 Years," and I think it's a really cool experience. Where did you find all those? Oh, Pac-Man, come on, no, man. Hey, where do you find all these awesome people, guys? Seriously, I've been stalking Mike for quite a while, but I don't know. Like I try to bring people that I think bring a lot of value to the community on my channel, and there's no better feeling than having a social media page and being able to reach out to people that are willing to come on and share their process. And so it's been an incredible feeling. I didn't know that I'd be so blessed by so many cool people that come on here. I really thought I'd do a couple shows and then that would be it. And it's blossomed into a beautiful butterfly this channel has. And you guys have made it happen. So anyways, okay. So we're getting 2 more questions and then we're ready to go. But the next question is I want to know who you like following on social media. And this could be reselling related or just to help you with your business. But I want to know what YouTube channels, what Instagram accounts, who do you follow so people possibly in the chat can then follow as well and get some nuggets.
Wow. Great question. Great question. Who do I follow on Instagram? Honestly, to keep it 100 with you guys, Gary Vee put out a lot of content recently and talking about, don't consume, but rather create content. So I've been trying to like limit my consumption of Instagram, honestly. But if I had to give you guys like one person who's dropping gems left and right, my boy Neo. Hold on, let me find his stuff for you. That's my guy.
I know. I've got him. But yeah,
You know who I'm talking about?
Drop him because he's amazing.
Yeah, my man Neo, he's like the king of motivation. You're gonna hop on his Instagram live and just be like, "Wow, let me get my butt up and start working." Yeah, it goes by Neo Neo Daviso Dabiso on Instagram. He's crushing it, man. That's like my brother right there. And then on YouTube, what's it good? I mean, beside Wade's Ventures, that's always getting tuned on a lot. So we'll keep the green room theme going. Look at my guy Steve Rakin. Steve Rakin's been leading me through the desert for a while now. So definitely check out Steve Rakin. I'm sure you guys already have, but how he's running his business is definitely inspiring. Whether it's the Facebook ads or doing his own Facebook community, Steve's definitely like the pillar that I look to that I'm trying to like build my business around. Simply offering value on different platforms. So yeah, check him out. Steve Rakin is the GOAT.
Guys, I like Steve Rakin because he has like, if you think about this, like you go to a grocery store and you're like, I need an apple and I need bread and I need like some frozen stuff over there and I need a beer or wine if you want to consume less calories. And I feel like that's his channel. If you need to learn something, you go to his channel because he's had so many cool people that are in different fields and different stages within their life. So I couldn't echo that anymore. So my last question / statement is this. And before I ask this, everybody in chat, all 70 of you guys, please hit the thumbs up button. I don't know if it's here or if it's here. I can never remember. That way more people can discover this amazing reseller now full-time in Vegas, which is a very expensive city. But
wait. I know, but 1 second. Can we put like a 1 or a thumbs up to bring baby Axel on the show for the next one?
Oh my gosh.
That kid's gonna get you. That kid's the gem. I love that kid. It's a great name.
Okay, guys. Let me see if I can get baby Axel. But in the meantime, talk to him, my man. Talk to him.
Oh man, Wade's an amazing guy. But I don't think he asked me a question, but a small gem I can probably offer for you guys is one way I've been getting a lot of my shoes that you've seen on my Instagram. They're all used shoes, but they're actually all Amazon returns. So in that Facebook group that I mentioned earlier, I met a great guy named Jason who's doing like 7 figures a year in shoes. But in selling these shoes on Amazon, he told me he has like a 12% return rate on all his shoes. So he gets like a lot of shoes back. Oh, there's baby Axel. Look at that kid.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Let's put a thumbs up for baby Axel. That kid's adorable. The
He's
Jordan one too.
we have his little Jordan. That's the one good thing about thrifting is you can go get him awesome stuff really cheap, right?
I love
And
it. I love
oh,
it.
he's like, "Hey, you're not camera shy, are you, honey?"
Like, what is going on? I
But
love that kid.
guys, this is baby Axel. He's going to be 3 months. Oh no, he is 3 months. He's oh my gosh, you're getting so big. You're just a small little baby. Now you're a big baby. Are you going to be a reseller? Are you going to be a reseller? Yeah,
Can't fix a reseller.
he, dude, I can't wait to teach him social media and just the way of life, the way of life. But yeah, guys, this is why we do stuff. We do this is why we full-time resell. Mike, one day when you have kids and you can do kind of set your own schedule, you're gonna love it. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing to be able to spend more time with family, you know?
I love it, man. I love
All
it.
right, let me give you back to mom. So he doesn't he has this habit of puking up his milk again. So I'm like, okay. All right. Gosh, this thing's gonna go viral now, Mike. Seriously, that was like
That kid's adorable. He needs his own Instagram page. Like, just put him
dude,
on Instagram right now. Like,
that is hilarious that you said that because I was actually talking to Ashley about that the other day. I was like, when they in 20 years from now, it's gonna be different than it is today. Like it's gonna be harder, I think. It's gonna be harder to set yourself apart from your competition or when you go to college, you know. And I think that kids nowadays responsibly should definitely start social media so that way it gives them an edge 20 years from now. And so we were actually thinking about that, like starting up. I know it sounds crazy, but think about this, guys, starting up a Instagram and just about them, like as they grow and they can create their cool following, the people that love them. And then that way, when they get older, they'll have that as kind of part of their resume. So I think it's really, really cool.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, can I finish dropping these gems real fast?
Yes.
My bad. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I was telling a quick story about how I find like my shoes and stuff like that. To wrap it up super fast, I was telling him how a lot of shoes I get are actually Amazon returns that I flip on eBay. So to offer you guys any value, like I said, the guy who I met in the Facebook group, this guy named Jason, doing crazy numbers. He gets about maybe 100 returns in shoes a month. Like he's doing some serious volume on Amazon, crazy volume. So the shoes are like worn maybe once or twice or even brand new, but he doesn't have a system in place to pretty much flip them on eBay after they come back, worn one time. So he hit me up and he said, Mike, would you mind flipping these shoes for me? And we'll split the profits, 60-40, 60 my way. So for the last like 4 months now, I've been like selling all these guys' returns on eBay. And like I said, they're all like pretty much in new condition, which is great because like the price is pretty high for them. But that's something you guys can do as well. If you guys go into these Facebook groups, you meet these big sellers. From what I've seen, you could ask, what are you doing with your returns? Are you sitting around? Are you flipping them on eBay? You can offer value like that by maybe helping out these local big sellers and flipping the returns on eBay. Everybody wins. They move their stuff. You make a little profit, and it's been something that's been helping me out the last 4 months to get ready for Q4 and get like my money right.
Dude, like relationships are key. We talked about that a couple shows ago, and I think that is amazing. A lot of people, they probably return these things and they're brand new just because they didn't fit or they didn't like the color.
But you can't send them back to Amazon, so you're stuck with them. So
yep. No, that's huge. And guys, get in those relationships. I think over time, that's what makes your business grow. A lot of people that think they need to hide, their stories, their secrets when it comes to reselling. I think you need to some degree, flaunt it so you can get more people to understand what you're doing and build those relationships. I think that's amazing. So I want to tell you, you are amazing, guys. And Mike, you're amazing. Thank you so much for joining tonight. If you're watching this after the fact, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Real quick, my last question. What do you have in store for your content on YouTube?
Content is about to get crazy, guys. Q4 content is about to get wild. I'm trying to get better at posting every day, but I just want to keep on like offering guys value of what to do during Q4. There's a lot of resellers out there, but I don't feel a lot of folks are really documenting the journey like during Q4 and reselling. A couple folks are, but not everybody. So I just kind of want to give you like the honest, the transparent like stuff of what happens during Q4. Like what's the real stuff? You know, you're not going to see all the glitz and the glam, maybe a little bit, but I just want to be transparent with you of what like legit happens during Q4. It's good, it's bad, it's up and down. So that is the content coming up. I hope you guys like, and definitely make sure to subscribe on Instagram and YouTube. I follow back everybody. So let's win. Let's do this. Like DJ Khaled said, all we do is win out here, and let's make this happen, man.
Guys, go check this Instagram out as well. He's got a beautiful, unlike mine, you've got a very beautiful Instagram. I love it. It's all about reselling. That's the same scale I use, by the way.
That's a nice phone.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I broke the other one, but it's still.
Was that 10?
No, it's the X. And then, oh my God, excuse me, guys. This is a little dirty over here. Anyways, so I got another one over here, guys. So now I use both. I'm double fisting 2 phones, which is crazy. All right, so guys, 10 of Hearts, Beth, she's in chat. She's having a live show right now. So you guys can search 10 of Hearts in YouTube, and you guys can then go to her channel. She's live right now, 10 of Hearts, or you can click her name and then go to her YouTube channel via there. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming, Mike. Words of wisdom before we shut off the show. Give me some words of wisdom for the crowd. We always leave off with this.
Absolutely. It'd be my pleasure. Guys, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Run your race. And most importantly, get outside your own head. So much magic can happen when you stop overthinking things and just take action. It sounds super cliche, but it's very true. Just get out of your own way. That's probably the biggest obstacle facing like every entrepreneur, just people in life. So go out, crush it. If you got any help, let me know. Let's do this, baby. I'm pumped.
Guys, crush it. Crush 2018, guys. Have a great day. Beth is going live. Thank you so much for joining. I've got another video coming out Saturday. That being said, love you guys. Thanks for all the super chats. Thank you for the support. Miss Miller, thank you for the super chat. I think I missed you. I appreciate you. Let me know if you need anything. Have an awesome day. Ready, guys?